Another test in large sample test is nothing but test for single correlation coefficient. So here also you'll have two categories under correlation test. First one is nothing but test for difference between the population correlation coefficient and sample correlation coefficient, and the second test is nothing but for the difference of correlation coefficients. The notation here we are going to use is nothing but small r stands for sample correlation coefficient, rho stands for population correlation coefficient, small r is sample correlation, rho is population correlation coefficient. Let n be the sample size here. So I think like for mean or proportion you don't have any limits, whereas for r the correlation coefficient the limits are from -1 to +1. So here depending upon the range of r you are going to have two test statistics, and here only you are going to read the Fisher's Z transformation. So we know that -1 less than or equal to r less than or equal to 1. You don't have limits for mean or proportion or standard deviation. Especially for r you have the limits. So depending upon the neighborhood of r. So here you are going to have two cases when r is less than 0.5 and when r is greater than 0.5. So here r stands for sample correlation coefficient. So whether this is a case 1 or case 2, what is the null hypothesis? You should describe the sample data. You have described n is the sample size, r is the sample correlation, rho is population correlation coefficient. What is h naught here? There is no significant difference between sample correlation and population correlation coefficient, or rho is equal to rho naught is the null hypothesis. The alternative is rho not equal to rho naught. You have described the sample data, null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. For writing test statistic, you are going to have two cases when r less than 0.5, r greater than 0.5. When r less than 0.5, what is standard error of r? What is standard error of r? 1 minus rho square by root n. And what will be the variance of r? 1 minus rho square whole square by n. So what is the sample distribution of r here is nothing but r follows normal with rho comma this variance of r. So I can define as Z, the standard normal variate here is r minus expectation of r by SE of r follows n01. This is r minus expectation of r is rho by 1 minus rho square by root over n follows n01. Means when r less than 0.5, we can r directly follows a normal distribution with these parameters. So we can define the test statistic in the usual way. Z is equal to r minus E of r by SE of r follows n01. So whenever r less than 0.5 only, the sampling distribution of r is approximated by normal distribution. Whenever r greater than 0.5, r doesn't follow directly this distribution. Moreover, a transformation or a function of r is going to follow a normal distribution. Got it, girls? When r less to write the test statistic under large sample test, you should follow a normal distribution. We know that using central limit theorem. But here when r less than 0.5 only, this sample correlation coefficient r is a normal variate with these parameters. Whenever r greater than 0.5, this doesn't valid. Okay. Then instead of this, Fisher suggested a transformation on Z, very important for examination point of view. Okay, you definitely will get a short, or if it is a difference of correlation means you will get straightforward a long answer. In worst case you will get a short from this. But this is a compulsory question in the year question paper. When r greater than 0.5, Fisher suggested a transformation on r, as he defined what do you mean by transformation? A change or a function of r as Z is equal to 1 by 2 on R means 1 by 2 log 1 plus R by 1 minus R. This Z is going to follow a normal distribution. Here R directly follows a normal distribution when R less than 0.5. When R greater than 0.5, R doesn't directly follow a normal distribution, but a transformation on R suggested by Fisher, which is called the Z transformation, follows a normal distribution. What is Z there? Z is 1 by 2 log E log 1 plus R by 1 minus R to the base E. So what it follows, he observed that this Z, the transformation on R called Z, is going to follow a normal distribution with parameters zeta comma 1 by n minus 3. Means this Z is a normal variate with mean zeta comma variance 1 by n minus 3. So all, I think these are nothing but parameters. So this zeta is nothing but 1 by 2 log E. Parameter, what is parameters? Should include the population constants. What do you indicate the population correlation coefficient with? Rho. The same transformation, but here you got, it is a transformation on R, it is a transformation on rho. Zeta is a parameter. Parameter should include rho but not R. So here zeta is 1 by 2 log E, 1 plus R by 1 plus rho by 1 minus rho. Here, as we have already used Z as a transformation, unlike the previous test, here we are going to write the test statistic as here the test on single correlation coefficient. In as Z is already used, we are going to use another letter called U for test statistic, different from the other tests. Z is equal to, as it is for single correlation coefficient, we are going to write R minus expectation of R by SC of R follows N01 or root or R minus rho by R minus zeta. What is expectation of rho? Zeta by root over 1 by n minus 3 follows N01, as this is the mean, and this the second constant indicates the variance, as this is the single one. You wrote U is equal to R minus E of R by SC of R follows N01. It is for single correlation coefficient. For difference means, I think you can understand, you should define two samples of sizes N1 comma N2. R1 comma R2 are the two sample correlation coefficient. The next one is nothing but test for difference of correlation coefficients. So difference means, as I said, you should have two samples of sizes N1 comma N2. R1 and R2 are which correlation? Sample or population. These two are sample correlation coefficients. Rho 1 and rho 2 are population correlation coefficients. These are sample correlation coefficients, population correlation coefficients. What is H0 here? There is no significant difference between the two population correlation coefficients, which is nothing but rho 1 is equal to rho naught, H1 such that rho 1 not equal to rho naught. Here the test here should have two transformations, as you have two samples here. What is Z? Z as 1 by 2 log 1 plus R by 1 minus R. Z1 will be 1 by 2 log 1 plus R1 by 1 minus R1. A transformation on R2 will be 1 by 2 log E 1 plus R by R2 by 1 minus R2. This Z1 follows normal distribution with parameters zeta 1 comma 1 by n1 minus 3. Z2 follows normal distribution with zeta 2 comma 1 by n2 minus 3. I think again these are parameters. What is zeta 1? 1 by 2 log 1 plus rho 1 by 1 minus rho 1. What is zeta 2? 1 by 2 log 1 plus rho 2 by 1 minus rho 2. Then here again the test statistic corresponding to the difference of correlation coefficients is the test statistic. Here we are writing with this. U is equal to, difference means you will write R1 minus R2, not R1, sorry. U is equal to a transformation which is nothing but Z1 minus Z2 minus expectation of Z1 minus Z2 by root over variance of z1 minus z2 follows n01, which is nothing but z1 minus z2 by root over 1 by n1 minus 3 plus 1 by n2 minus 3, as variance of x1 minus x2 is equal to variance of x1 plus variance of x2 follows n01. Here why this becomes 0 means, you know, if rho 1 is equal to rho 2, these two terms are going to 0. This is the test statistic. Comparison is usual, as you know. Girls, listen, I will give you an overall view of the large sample test. Large sample tests, or whenever they are large in size, called n greater than 30. How many you are going to have? How many tests you are going to have? You are going to have test for mean. Okay, test for mean. Here, test for proportions, test for correlation coefficients, test for difference of STs. Test for mean means you will have for test for single mean. Here, single proportion, single correlation coefficient. Let us see what are the steps here. You should write here. You should describe what is the sample size. Under I am writing the steps here. Single proportion, single at a glance. The explanation is over. Just I am giving a overview of the test here. That's all. Here what you should write for single mean means you are going to write for, you are going to use the statistics called symbols called mu comma x bar. Moreover, before this, try to write down the population parameters and sample statistics. Mu here, x bar here. This one is sigma square here, s square here, p capital P here, small p here, rho here, r here. These are the one we are going population mean mu, sample mean x bar, population proportion p, sample proportion p, rho and r. Here first you describe the sample drawn from a population with mean mu comma variance sigma square. Describe the corresponding sample x bar comma s square are the sample mean comma sample proportion. Write the null hypothesis. If it is single mean, null hypothesis always should include only the parameters. As it is for single mean, what is the this is parameter, this is sample statistic here. Mu is equal to mu naught. H1 is mu naught equal to mu naught. After writing this, as this is the test for single mean, you write down x bar follows normal with, write down its standard error. What is the standard error of x bar? Sigma by root over n. Its variance will be sigma square by n. As using under large sample test, using the central limit theorem, if this is a normal variate, you can define a standard normal variate as x bar minus e of x bar by root over variance of x bar follows n01. This is x bar minus e of x bar is, this is mean, this is variance, mu by sigma by root over n follows n01. Decision I think no need to repeat. Compare that with the table value, reject and accept. This is for single mean. Okay. So single proportion, how you are going to write? If it is this is the single mean, no? Let us write the difference of means also. Difference of means means here we are going to describe about difference means two characteristics or two samples. Let n1 be the first sample size, n2 be the second sample size, x1 bar be the first sample mean, second sample mean, first population mean, first second populations means, sigma 1 square, sigma 2 square means first describe all the, let n1 be the first sample size, its mean be x bar, mu1 be the first population mean, its be the population variance of the first sample, n2 be the second sample, x bar 2 be the sample mean of the second sample, mu2 is mean. So what is h0 here? This is for single mean. Here you should write mu1 is equal to mu2, h1 such that mu1 not equal to mu2. You should write z. How do you write? As this is for the difference of means, you should take difference x1 bar minus x2 bar by root over variance of x1 bar minus x2 bar. This is x1 bar minus x2 bar by What is variance of x1? The same one here. You are going to be v of x1 minus x2 is v of x1 plus v of x2. You will get sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2 under root. You have two different statistics here, just you read those two. Again, comparison is same. Test for single proportion means first you should define what is a proportion. You know that just now I explained p, you are going to define x by n, and x is a binomial variate with parameters means you should write np. If for large values this x is going to follow normal with np comma npq using mean and variance of binomial one. How do you define z is equal to here x minus e of x by root over variance of x follows n01. Writing this is very much important. X minus np by root over npq follows n01. To get as this is the test, what is null hypothesis here? H0 such that p is equal to p0, h1 such that p0 equal to p0. You divide with n here, you will get p minus p by root over pq by n follows n01. Decision is useful. If this is for difference of proportions, you are going to describe n1 and n2 and p1 and p2, small p1 and p2. You will define then h0 such that p1 is equal to p2, h1 such that p1 not equal to p2. What is z? For difference means you will write p1 minus p2 by root over variance of p1 minus variance of p2 follows n01. What is standard error of p root or pq by n? You will get p1 minus p2 by under root p1 q1 by n1 plus p2 q2 by n2 follows n01. Here you are extending, don't confuse, this is single one. You have the difference of sample minus proportion, here difference of 2. Likewise here x1 minus x2, here p1 minus p2. Here you got sigma 1 square by n1, sigma 2 square by n2. Here you will get p1 q1 by n1 plus p2 q2 by n2. Decision is similar. Here for if it is for single one, you should describe R is the sample correlation, rho is the population correlation coefficient. Here only you should look into the Z transformation when compared to the other case. What is Z transformation? One is whenever R greater than 0.5, R doesn't directly follow a normal distribution, but a transformation on R defined as Z is equal to 1 by 2 log E 1 plus R by 1 minus R. This Z is going to follow, to define the test statistic always this one should follow a normal distribution. Likewise this, it doesn't directly follow a normal distribution. Moreover, a transformation, a function on this is going to follow normal defined as this, which is not, this follows a normal distribution with 1 minus 3. As you have defined already the test statistic here, here all you are using the test statistic with Z. Already we are using Z transformation. So change the test statistic to U. U is equal to, what is the normal variate here? Z. So you can define Z minus E of Z by root over variance of Z follows n01. Z minus zeta by 1 by n minus 3 under root follows n01. Zeta is nothing but 1 by 2 log 1 plus rho by 1 minus rho. Again you compare U with Z alpha by 2. Greater than you are going to reject, otherwise you are going to accept. Just now I said you read the difference also. This one also important. Okay. Thank you.